1241, mashallah. We are blessed to have tonight Ustad Ahmed Ansari, and he has already posted his topic on WhatsApp. So please, you can see that from there. He's going to talk about it, but I can repeat it for you guys. The rumors and false information, and it's one of the very good topic that we can touch it, and a lot of information that he has collected. So Jazakallah khair. Ustad Ahmed Ansari, coming to our halaqah. May Allah bless you and your parents. Jazakallah khair. Then we are blessed to have tonight, after 71 days, Imam Fawad al-Qasas is here with us. And welcome, Fawad al-Qasas.
Allah yabarak fik.
You are appearing for 323 times, mashallah. And you will be doing Surah number 3, Al Imran, ayah number 116 onwards, mashallah. I think you may have a record of that, but as my record says that you have to do that. Jazakallah khair. I hope you had a wonderful journey to your home country yourself. And again, welcome back. May Allah bless you and your parents for that, for your contribution to this subject. Then I move on to my Muhammad Shabir itself, appearing for 902 times. The thing that he always the tafsir and translation of the ayahs, recited, and he is doing it for 902 days, 902. So, may Allah bless you, Imam Muhammad. May Allah bless all the Shibli brothers. May Allah bless all the speakers who come here, inshallah. To make sure and participate in their time slot itself. All the Hakam Abadi appreciate. May Allah bless all the Shibli parents and also the parents of all the audiences who are here with us from day one. So, that includes the speaker again and also reciters too. And as regard the timeline goes, we have a 20-minute time slot for the Quran session and 40-minute time slot is for the speaker tonight, and that will do it. The floor belongs to Imam Muhammad, please. Jazakallah khair. Imam Muhammad, please. Looks like Imam Fawad al-Qasas, maybe we step aside. Imam Muhammad, please.
Yeah, it is ayah number 116, Al Imran.
Yeah, 116, right. That's correct.
Inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الذين كفروا لن تغني عنهم أموالهم ولا أولادهم من الله شيئا وأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. مثل ما ينفقون في هذه الحياة الدنيا كمثل ريح فيها صر أصابت حرث قوم ظلموا أصابت حرث قوم ظلموا أنفسهم فأهلكت وما ظلمهم الله ولكن أنفسهم يظلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا بطانة من دونكم لا تتخذوا بطانة من دونكم لا يألونكم خبالا ودوا ما عنتم قد بدت البغضاء من أفواههم قد بدت البغضاء من أفواههم وما تخفي صدورهم أكبر قد بينا لكم الآيات إن كنتم تعقلون. ها أنتم أولئك تحبونهم ولا يحبونكم وتؤمنون بالكتاب كله وإذا لقوكم قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا عضوا عليكم الأنامل من الغيظ قل موتوا بغيظكم إن الله عليم بذات الصدور. إن تمسسكم حسنة تسؤهم وإن تصبكم سيئة يفرحوا بها وإن تصبروا وتتقوا لا يضركم كيدهم شيئا إن الله بما يعملون محيط. وإذ غدوت من أهلك تبوئ المؤمنين مقاعد للقتال والله سميع عليم. إذ هم الطائفتان منكم أن تفشلا والله وليهما وعلى الله فليتوكل المؤمنون. صدق الله العظيم.
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله ما شاء الله، جزاكم الله خير،
الله
والحمد لله
وإياكم.
على سلامتكم شيخ
الله
فؤاد.
يسلمكم ولنا أكرمكم الله. الله يبارك فيك.
حقيقة البرنامج بدونكم
يا مولانا أنتم يعني أنتم نور البرنامج كله يا مولانا، فضيلتك فضيلة الشيخ حمد وفضيلة الشيخ أحمد وكل المشايخ وكل الحضور.
نعم، ولكن لكم وحشة
وكل المستمعين. الله يبارك فيك.
ومقام،
الله
وخاصة
يكرمك.
تلاوة القرآن.
أكرمكم الله. أكرمكم
الحمد لله
الله.
على السلامة،
الله يسلمك.
ونسأل الله لكم الإقامة الدائمة والسالمة بإذن الله.
آمين يا رب. آمين يا رب. أكرمكم الله.
آمين. أظن الشيخ حمد بدي أقول لك كلمة كمان.
تفضل.
تفضل أبو أحمد. السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
أول شيء السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
عليكم السلام
وبركاته.
ورحمة الله وبركاته مولانا. أكرمكم الله.
وإياكم إن شاء الله تعالى.
الله يكرمك.
كما قال فضيلة الشيخ محمد، وكأنه بغياب القرآن لا شيء له قيمة أبدا بعد ذلك. يعني
الله يكرمكم. أكرمكم الله. ربنا يجعلنا جميعا من أهل القرآن يا رب.
أنتم أهل القرآن، والقرآن له مكانة في قلوبنا. الله سبحانه وتعالى يجعله نور الهداية.
آمين. آمين يا رب.
كيف تركتم الأهل أولا في مصر؟
والله الحمد لله كلهم بخير ويهدونكم السلام. والله يا مولانا. أكرمكم الله.
شيخ أحمد صحته كويسة إن شاء الله؟
الحمد لله. الحمد لله يا رب العالمين.
الحمد لله الحمد لله
نحمد
الحمد لله.
الله. الله يسلمك يا مولانا. أكرمكم الله.
إن شاء الله كلنا لكم زيارة خاصة إن شاء الله تعالى. يعني
إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله بإذن الله. تشرفوا وتنوروا.
الله يبارك فيك.
الله يكرمك.
حياكم الله.
وإياكم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن سار على هديه إلى يوم الدين. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. رب اشرح لي صدري، يسر لي أمري، واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Our dear respected Imam, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, allow me to greet all of you with the Islamic greeting, and the meaning of this greeting to our viewer locally, nationally, internationally, and a special greeting tonight to greet and welcome. Greeting and welcoming to Fadil al-Sheikh for al-Qasas, and the meaning of this greeting to say peace and blessing of Allah be upon you all. And when we initiate this greeting in Arabic, Muslim to Muslim, we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It does not surprise me how Brother Abdul Majid, Jazallah khair, is calculating every night one of us will be absent from this halaqah, which means if we are absent or if we are present in the record of Abdul Majid, he have to take check mark. You are here, he said you are here. You are not here, you are here, because he mentioned your name. Which means the number he gave it to us about Fadil al-Sheikh Fuad al-Qassas, when he visited his family, how many days, he gave us the figure. I took note about it. Which means every night Fadil al-Sheikh Fuad al-Qassas was with us. Because the brother Abdul Majid is taking note about it. Absent, absent, absent. Today is the present. We like to welcome him, make a dua for his parent, make a dua for his family. And the reason I asked him in Arabic about his brother, his name Sheikh Ahmad, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him good health and good spirit. Ameen. Ya Rabbil Alam. My dear brother and sister in Islam, Surah Ali Imran is the second surah in the Quran Kareem. And Surah Al-Baqarah 286 verses. Surah Ali Imran less than that, 200 verses. Many rules and regulation and halal and haram and order to do and not to do and ahkam, which means decision, are mentioned in those two surah. And those two surah are sister. Surah is a female. Sister. And on the day of judgment, for the one who recite them, believe in them, it will come as two umbrellas. Either the person or the angel will carry the umbrella above the head of the person, have Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Ali Imran, and they protect the person from the heat or from the punishment on the day of judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those people. Allah will give them their umbrella in their hand, put it above their head by reading, reciting, listening, believing, reflecting on those two surah, Surah Ali Imran, Surah Al-Baqarah, and Surah Ali Imran after Surah Al-Fatiha. You did notice many times we work very hard and we get tired and we have to relax. Many times when we travel, and the Prophet Muhammad said, "As-safar qit'a min adhab," traveling is a part of difficulties. And for the reciter of the Quran Kareem or the speaker, their voice is their asset. There's capital. If the person lost his voice, everything is gone, except the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the reason you notice Fadil al-Sheikh Fuad al-Qassas, when he was reciting from verse 116 to 122 in Surah Ali Imran, he was taken easy, nicely, beautiful recitation with the ahkam. May Allah reward him, because he does not want to put too much stress on his voice, and may Allah give him full shifa, inshallah ta'ala. And Fadil al-Sheikh Fuad started by إن الذين كفروا لن تغني عنهم أموالهم ولا أولادهم من الله شيئا. How much the kafir love his money or she love her money. How much the kafir, the non-believer, love their kids, boys and girls. In Arab tradition, they love the boys more than girls. I don't know why. But alhamdulillah, I love my kids, inshallah, equally. May Allah protect all of them. As may Allah protect your kids and your grandkids. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning those non-believers. You love your money as much as you can. You collect as much as money you want. You collect the jewelry and the silver and the currency and name it. And you get married and have children, as many as you want. But Allah is telling them, because you reject Allah, you reject the Islam, you reject the message of Rasulullah, neither your money or your kids will benefit you on the day of judgment by very, very minor benefit. You will never have it. And please, 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 if you can find me the answer, and you have the right to answer that, are the money or the currency or the property or the budget more important in the eyes of some of the human being, more than the life of the human being as a children? إن الذين كفروا لن تغني عنهم أموالهم. Allah put the money or the property or belonging before he put the children as a human being, which means something has no life, no benefit on it. He put it before the life of the human being. لن تغني عنهم أموالهم ولا أولادهم من الله شيئا. Then what will happen to them on the day of judgment after they die? أولئك أصحاب النار. May Allah protect me and protect my family, protect you. Not to love too much the kids, not to love too much the money, but we have to love Allah and Rasulullah more than other thing. And if we do that, you are not going to be among the dweller of Jahannam. But the people who love their money and love their children more than Allah and more than the Rasul and more than themselves, they dwell in Jahannam. أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. May Allah protect me, protect you, protect all of us from that, inshallah ta'ala. Now, my dear brother and sister in Islam, we see it in our eyes. They give too much donation for that charity. They help the poor. They build hospitals. They paving road. Maybe they dig well. Maybe they give charity all over the world. Is that a charity will benefit them? The answer is no. I'm talking about the day of judgment. And Allah give us example about it. You know, when you have a very cold weather, and this cold weather will come to the very early plant, either in your backyard or maybe in your farm or something else. This kind of cold will damage the entire season for the farmer. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, مثل ما ينفقون في هذه الحياة الدنيا كمثل ريح فيه سر. ريح, we are aware about the ريح, which means the wind. But Ibn Kathir, he said, no, that's not the wind, it's the cold. And I have to look for the word sir. What is the word sir means? It is the fire. As the cold weather will damage you, the plant, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send a cold weather with the fire to destroy everything. Those people try to plant wal-iyazu billah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, I did nothing for them. They did everything wrong for themselves, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا ظَلَمَهُمُ اللَّهُ وَلَكِنْ أَنفُسَهُمْ يَظْلِمُونَ. Allah will never make injustice to anyone. يَا عِبَادِي إِنِّي حَرَّمْتُ الظُّلْمَ عَلَى نَفْسِي. Allah said, I prohibited zulm unjust on me, and I prohibited on my people. Why you make a zulm against yourself to love your money, your children more than Allah, and you collect more money and you try to spend it? You know, you think in the sake of Allah, but it's not in the sake of Allah. Allah will destroy everything. Wal-iyazu billah. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give another warning to the believer. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا بطانة من دونكم لا يألونكم خبالا ودوا لو عنتم قد بدت البغضاء من أفواههم وما تخفي صدورهم أكبر. Why you are giving your allegiance to some of those non-Muslim, and you know what they said by their tongue? they hide in their heart something is bigger than that. And ya subhanallah, many of us prefer to have a good friend among the non-believer more than they have good friend among the believer. Maybe there is a reason. Maybe some people here, maybe they are more loyal to you more than your Muslim brother and sister. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking in general. Allah warning us to lean toward the believer more than the believer. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make everything clear to me and to you. قَدْ بَيَّنَّا لَكُمُ الْآيَاتِ إِن كُنتُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. Everything is clear in the Quran Kareem. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, let me pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward Fadil Sheikh Fuad al-Qassas and reward his parent and reward everybody attend this halaqah and reward inshallah ta'ala all the listeners if they are absent or they are here tonight, and may Allah accept this halaqah from all of us. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه يغفر لكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. الشيخ حمد جزاكم الله خير وتقبل الله منكم ورفع درجاتكم في الدارين ورحم الله والديكم إن شاء الله.
وإياكم إن شاء الله حبيبي.
أستاذ أحمد السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you, Sheikh?
After waiting, according to Brother Abdul Majid, 70 days for Brother Fuad al-Qassas, alhamdulillah, Allah give him the permission to be with you the first day.
I want him with me on Wednesday every week. That's how I love him.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, جزاكم الله خير. تفضل أستاذ أحمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وأصلي وأسلم عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا علما نافعا يا كريم. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. وصل اللهم على عبدك ورسولك محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. So, with warm welcome to Sheikh Fuad. I wish inshallah he schedules his recitation on Wednesday night. May Allah bless him. And may Allah bless all you who come to my halaqah on Wednesdays. Please invite other people and encourage your older children and youth to attend. So tonight, inshallah, we're beginning a new topic, and it's a very, very simple, but very relevant and important topic, especially within the community. And that is موضوع الشائعات. يعني spreading rumors. يعني rumor means الخبر الكاذب. It's a false information, false news, a news that cannot be proven correct, a news that is based on lies and falsehood. So I did a little bit research to write this whole topic. We're going to go more into details to learn about different areas that comes under sha'i'at. What are the consequences? What are the kinds and types? Who does that? What are the objective ahdaf? Why people do that? What is the purpose of spreading those rumors? And nowadays it's becoming very, very common. Rasulullah ﷺ reminded us, al-majalisu bil-amana, that even conversations between us are kept or to be kept confidential, yani to us only. We shouldn't be releasing to anyone unless and until we are permitted to do so. Because some of the conversations are purely private in nature. So we have to be very, very careful of what we hear and what we transfer. Nowadays, the custom is that, mashallah, we keep very less or nothing, and we transfer almost everything that we hear. So in our social gatherings, weddings, and mashallah, many times we go to Masjid during events, we happen to see so many things. We do not know whether something that I have seen, what is the cause of that, what is the content, what is the reason for that. We tell others from our friends, people who live around us, and when we transfer this news, for example, we happen to say that, oh, brother, sister, I have seen this in the Masjid, or I heard this. And nobody wants to take the responsibility. He said, did you say, I don't know, but I heard. So everybody puts the responsibility on someone else. Now, when I started reading about that, I found out that this is not something new. It has roots even in Rasulullah's time, and even before in the Anbiya's time. Long, people were doing this business of spreading false news to misguide people. So we're going to talk about different items. There is a dictionary in Arabic language, and this is called Al-Mu'jam Al-Wasit. My only request is from each one of you who are listening to me, give me your good attention, inshallah, and we're going to learn something good. So Al-Mu'jam Al-Wasit, when I looked into it, in an effort to find the meaning of Ash-Sha'i'ah. Sha'i'ah is meaning something that is being announced or it spreads. So the plural is Sha'i'at, yani rumors. He says, Al-Khabaru alladhi yuntashar. That's how they defined it in the dictionary. He said, it's a piece of news that is being spread among the people, وَلَا تُثْبُتْ, but it cannot be proven. And that's not correct. It's false information. Does not have any dalil, any proof. People just, they do it. Most of the time, these type of news are bad, in bad sense. And most of the time, people spread false information. And not only this is false, but in bad area. The information in good area, they don't do that. So this is what the definition of the rumor, al-khabar alladhi yuntashar. It's a news that let being spread in town, ولكن لا تثبت, but it cannot be verified. Yani it happened to be wrong. Now we learn from one of the hadiths of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns us, warns the people. And he says, it's a hadith al-Mughira ibn Shu'bah, and it's agreed upon, muttafaqun alayhi hadith. He said, Inna Allah kariha lakum thalatha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hates 3 things for you. And Allah doesn't want us to do these 3. These are that bad. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want us to be engaged or involved in these 3. And the number 1 is qila wa qal. Qila wa qal is an expression to describe irrelevant conversations, loose talks, wrong information, gossiping. When we gossip is a kind of news that is just for fun, for some temporary fun, but it cannot be proven. It doesn't have any proof. It's not authentic. It's not correct. So he said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hates this. We shouldn't be, if we happen to hear it, we keep it to ourselves. Unless and until we verified in a book, checked with a scholar, went to a sheikh, and the sheikh said, yes, this is right information. And then we can tell our friends. Otherwise, it needs to be kept to us. Qila wa qal. And qila wa qal's definition is interesting. He said, Hikayatu aqawil nas. He said it means the chat or chatting or discussion or conversation that people do, and their conversation, normal conversation that does not have any meaning. And it becomes extremely difficult to prove the authenticity of that conversation. And in another hadith, which is very heavy, Rasulullah ﷺ says in a hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, quoted by Muslim, Sahih Muslim, كَفَى بِالْمَرْءِ كَذِبًا. Look how he describes that. He said it's enough for someone to be considered a liar, and he is kadhib. أن يحدث بكل ما سمع, the one who used to spread everything that he hears. He doesn't keep anything in his chest. So the one who hears and transfers to others, he is a liar. He's a liar. And Nashrul Akadib is spreading lies is wrong. Lying is haram. Unless and until we ascertain and verify that this information is correct. Now we're going to find out in the 3rd section the basic source of rumors. You want to find out what rumor comes from where? How people do that? And I found out something interesting. So they said there are a couple of options here. So he said, إِمَّا خَبَرٌ مِّن شَخْصٍ. The rumor can be a news from a known individual. Yani one person who's known, has a name, has a personality, identity, and that's his news. He's the one who's spreading it in town, telling people. So that's one source. Sometimes it's multiple. It does not have one person spreading it. أو مجموعة من أفراد المجتمع. Sometimes one person from the community or multiple people multiple people from the community, they're involved in this job of spreading false information. We're going to find out in just 1 minute what objective is achieved by doing so. Look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what He says. Something amazing. لا يستوي الخبيث والطيب. He said the khabith, which is evil, something bad, something wrong, something that is a lie, it cannot be proven. What tayyib means something which is pure, something which is haqq, it's true, it's correct. They are like earth and heavens. They cannot be the same. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لا يستوي الخبيث والطيب, the khabith, the evil, and tayyib, the pure, something pure, cannot be equal. And the khabith remains khabith, وَلَوْ أَعْجَبَكَ كَثْرَةُ الْخَبِيثِ, even though it looks fancier to you, that khabith becomes spread all over in town. Everybody is doing that. Everybody is supporting it. Everybody is talking about that. It becomes a norm in town. It becomes fashion in town. The khabith remains a khabith. Evil remains evil, even though it becomes the job of the entire town is doing it. Is still the source, the root of that, it's khabith. So it remains khabith. They said it can be something printed in a majalla, in a newspaper, in a magazine. It can be someone can hear something from the radio, TV, or something handwritten like a flyer or something electronic tools. So a rumor can come from any source. Now the question is, the sources of spreading rumors are far too many nowadays. You know, so many times see these WhatsApp messages that come and they write what they write, but at the end what they say, please transfer it to 10 people and Allah will reward you. Now nobody knows whether this message is correct. What's the source? Where the information has been taken? Nobody knows it. And then we just close our eyes and we're sending the information to an unknown number of people. And the people are reading it. And it becomes the worst when it is something religious from the deen. The people, they don't know who's sending it. They consider it true and they start practicing it. They end up ruining their deen, their act of worship, by practicing something which does not have any proof. It's not there in the Quran, it's not there in the Hadith. No alim, scholar, or sheikh approved it. And people are spreading. And subhanAllah, look here. There is something called ilm. Just a point that come to my head now. There is something called, and I would like mothers to listen to it. Our children go to colleges and the universities, and they use their cell phones, device, everything is in Google. Whenever they need something, they say Google it. Now, if you search one piece of information,
You drank your water?
Say it again?
Your water?
Yeah,
All of it, the juice?
yeah.
Sister Sohail, can you mute yourself, please?
So, are you asking a question?
No, Sister Sohail she's not muted. She open mic. Just hold on for a second.
So, sisters, can you
Go ahead, please.
you
Ustad
mute?
Ahmed.
She mute Ustaz Ahmed. Go ahead. She's mute.
All right. So there is something called ilm, like knowledge, and there is something called information. So ilm comes from the authentic sources, but what comes from the internet is information. So the example is, if you write anything in a Google search bar, you know how many results they give? A couple of 100,000 results. I don't know from where. So there's information, and information is all information. Information can be true, can be false. But the ilm, if it is authentic, it has a solid root behind it. So we need to make sure that we choose the right knowledge from the right place, from the right source, or we go to a scholar to verify this. Now, I have about 10 minutes. So we'll do one more section and we will stop. Now we have to know, we learned what shay'at means. That's the first point. And Al-Mu'jam al-Wasit dictionary says, the rumor means a news, a piece of news that is being spread in town, but it cannot be proven truth. That's what they defined. Then we heard that Rasulullah ﷺ says, Allah does not like for you three things. One is gossip, irrelevant conversation, loose talks, maybe for fun, loose conversation. وَإِضَاعَةُ الْمَالِ, second one is when you waste your money in unnecessary things. Money is amana from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Money has to be spent in the rightful areas carefully. وَكَسْرَةُ السُّؤَالِ, the third thing is unnecessary questions. A lot of people, they ask random questions that does not make any sense. So they said that in Bani Israel, some people from Bani Israel, they used to ask their prophets a lot of questions. So that's why Rasulullah ﷺ tells us that the previous nations were punished because they used to ask a lot of questions which were not relevant, not true. So the questions have to be asked something. And then we heard from Abu Hurairah hadith, that is enough to be, for a person to be a liar, when he develops a habit of releasing every piece of information. Whenever he hears, he transfers. The third point was the source of the false information or rumor can be one individual. He is the one who spreads some false information. Can be a group from a community, small group of people, multiple people. Can be a news spread in a magazine, in a newspaper. Can be in the TV, in a handwritten paper, in a flyer, or electronically. So this is always possible. The rumor can be spread. There are more and more tools are available since, like social media, more electronic portals are out there. So it's very easy to misguide people. Now, the third point is, what are the goals? Why people do that? And is it fun to spread disinformation or false news? Why people do that? What are the ahdaf or the objectives? So the first primary objective of spreading rumors, as ulama says, saddun nasi anil haqq, preventing people from knowing the truth. So when people, there are some evil people within the community, they just don't want people to learn the right things. So they mix false information with the true information to confuse people. That's why I say saddun nas, to stop people or to prevent people. وَصَرْفِهِمْ عَنْ سِمَاعِهِ, and to prevent the people from listening the right information. So when there is so much confusion, people don't know what's one. So 2-3 versions are available. They say, oh, this one is true. Someone else say, no, the one that you have it is wrong. My version is correct. The third one says this one is correct. So the ordinary people had an extremely difficult time to swallow that, and they're not able to identify which news is true. The second primary reason is nothing but to just spread lies. Nashrul akadhib is to just spread a bundle of lies just for fun. So they keep on spreading. In Rasulullah's time, the munafiqeen used to do that. The third one is called ilqa'u shak. False information is spread with the objective of creating doubts. Yani doubts, for example, in our deen, in our authentic information. Confusion. That's the third and primary. Number 4 is called nashrul khawfi wal irja. Spread fear and anxiety, panic. So when you spread some news, they create fear in the heart of people. People are panicking to hear that. This is also part of rumor. Naz'ul ulfati wal muhabbati min qulub al-muslimin. And sometimes the false information is being spread, or rumors are being spread to eliminate mutual brotherhood, love and affection among the community. So the people normally love other people. Families, one family loves the other family loves other families. So people, in order to bring animosity, confusion and hate among the people, they just spread some rumors about specific people, wrong information. I heard that the number of divorce increased when people spread their private information over Facebook and other social media outlets. And purely private information, which should not be there. So when other people, they know someone else's purely private information, it creates animosity, because no one wants their personal information, pictures, photos, to be seen by other people. That's another area. So what Quran says, the munafiqeen used to do this job. وَإِذَا جَاءَهُمْ أَمْرٌ مِّنَ الْأَمْنِ أَوِ الْخَوْفِ أَذَاعُوا بِهِ. Munafiqeen used to be curious. So he said, whenever there is a news, they find half news without confirmation relating to fear or safety. أَذَاعُوا بِهِ, they started announcing it to other people. And that's why they call murjifun. This is part of Ijaf to spread fear mongering. There is a tabi'i named by Tahaq, famous tabi'i, mufassir. He says, وَإِذَا جَاءَهُمْ أَمْرٌ مِّنَ الْأَمْنِ وَالْخَوْفِ. And so is Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu. He said this is murjifun are the munafiqun in Rasulullah's time who used to spread this. And look, Rasulullah, and this is my last point, and we conclude on it. He says, Ayatul Munafiqi Salasun. The Munafiq signs are 3. So you just watch his habits. If he has one of these 3, he's a Munafiq, hypocrite. So if we would like to check someone's hypocrisy, we need to check these 3. And the Rasul made it so simple. He said, any hypocrite person who has hypocrisy in the heart or nifaq in his heart, he does like this. إِذَا حَدَّثَ كَذَبَ. Whenever he speaks a lie. He never says something correct, authentic or true. إِذَا حَدَّثَ كَذَبَ. وَإِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفَ. When he makes a promise, he breaks it. Breaking the promise is a crime, is a sin. In Islam, you have to keep up the promise. There is a consequence for breaking the promise. إِذَا حَدَّثَ كَذِبَ وَإِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفَ. And the last one is وَإِذَا اؤْتُمِنَ خَانَ. When you are interested with something, someone said, okay, can you keep this for me? So he turned out to be dishonest. So these are the 4 or 5 points. Inshallah, we'll continue next week. We're going to talk about jawarih, the organs of the body, the tools of learning. They have role in spreading this menace of information and falsehood. So inshallah, please be there on next Wednesday, inshallah, so that we can continue this topic. فسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وجزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاك الله خير Ustaz Ahmad. MashaAllah, very important topic. We need it in our time. Special, however, the backbiting in the social media, Ustaz Ahmad.
Yeah. It's coming. I actually didn't talk about backbiting because backbiting is the worst. So I did not include this. I had several independent points for that. Because this backbiting is is worse.
Yeah. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you afiyah wa knowledge. Allahumma zid ilmak wa imanak wa afiyatak.
Ameen.
ويرزقك حسن دارين الدنيا والآخرة إن شاء الله.
Ameen.
I don't know if any brother and sister have a question to Ustaz Ahmad, inshallah, before we ask him for dua. Alhamdulillah, they understand everything. Alhamdulillah. تفضل أستاذ أحمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل عليه بالأولين وصل عليه بالآخرين وصل عليه بالملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. اللهم صل عليه بكل وقت وحين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. O Allah, make us good, humble Muslims. And O Allah, give us the two qualities of aslama and silm. So a Muslim, he said, al-Muslimu man salima, al-Muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi. The Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam explains this: a Muslim means two things. One, that surrenders his will and submits to Allah in obedience and sacrifice, and he is peaceful. So make us peaceful citizens. Make us obedient servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make us good individuals. Improve our akhlaq, our conduct, our understanding. I know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the chance to learn and update our knowledge of deen. We learn so many things in our life. So, oh Allah, give us a chance to update new information. And I strongly convince everyone that before the Aqidah exam starts in the grave, because after a person dies, the Malaika ask him 3 questions. These 3 questions are the Aqidah and the Deen exam. So either the 3 questions are right or all the 3 of them are wrong. And what is amazing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that we are Muslims. And I pray, I fast, and I worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I obey Allah, but He asked me, "Man Rabbuka?" Who is your Lord? Subhanallah. Why He is asking, who is Allah? Why He already knows that He created me Muslim. So we need to learn about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then He said, "Ma dinuka?" Tell me what's your religion. While Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that I'm Muslim. So we will not be able to answer the angel if we did not practice or did not understand or did not learn the demands and the expectations and rules of Islam, and we practice. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we love him. Every time we say sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his love is part of our deen. And the angel will ask, وَمَا تَقُولُ بِهَذَا الرَّجُلِ? What do you say about this man? Did you recognize him? Did you study about him? Did you learn from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? You try to improve your akhlaq, your character, your manners, your personality from him. So the purpose of these learning gathering is started by open house is to inshallah attend every session, no matter who the speaker is, with the intention to improve, with the intention to correct my mistakes, so that each day I become better Muslim, each day I become stronger, each day I become a better father, better murabbi for my children. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give me the understanding to improve our history of sins, to do more good deeds and less bad deeds, so that when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will forgive us. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سبحان الله.
ربنا وتقبل دعاء. جزاكم الله خير أستاذ أحمد، ونسأل الله أن يجعل مثل ثواب هذا الدرس واصل لروح والديكم ووالدينا ووالد المستمعين أجمعين يا رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. اللهم اجعلنا منهم يا رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. جزاكم الله خير. في أمان الله.